been calling out this particular government in Kaduna State for years now. In fact, some reports say that you have said this is somewhat of a vindication for all the strife that you went through for poking holes in the El-Rufai government. What do you make of this 423 billion naira diversion of fund claim, and also the timing of it all?
Thank you very much for this question. Well, first of all, I was a lone voice in calling for transparency, accountability, and probity in the way the finances of Kaduna State government was mismanaged from 2015 to 2023. In that process, I received a lot of attacks, persecution, and threats to my own life. But I remained consistent, and I refused to be silent, because I knew very well that that government is one of the most corrupt in the history of our dear state, Kaduna. I, as a senator from 2015 to 2019, opposed the loan for which the government of El-Rufai applied and seek to get from the World Bank, because I foresee what is about to happen. It's not about prophecy. But I know that government was opaque. That government has no regard for public opinion. It has no regard for due process and transparency. And now what the Kaduna State House of Assembly has done is simply aligning with my own thought, aligning with my own thinking, aligning with my position that has been for 8 years. There are many of them who are in the assembly today who are opposed, who were then opposed to me and opposed to what I stood for. But look at what has happened. The report that has come out from the Kaduna State Assembly is a commendable. It has never happened in the history of Kaduna State, where a government was thoroughly probed and it has been found out that this is what has been looted, what has been misappropriated. For anyone who comes to Kaduna State, go to all the major cities, you will see how projects have been abandoned. Now, if the essence of borrowing money is to execute projects, look at the humongous amount of money that was borrowed and look at the projects that have been left abandoned. Most of the contractors that have operated in this state from 2015 to 2023 simply shortchanged the state. Today, our children, our grandchildren will be lined to pay money which they don't know how it was used and they don't know how it was borrowed. When they came for that loan, I asked them questions. What are you going to use that money for? How are you going to pay that money? And don't you think if we borrow this money, it's going to tell on our finances? This is a state, almost 95% of our industries are dead. IGR is simply about extorting money from landlords, tenants, and poor people who are trading here and there. But how do we pay this money? Today is the day of reckoning. Kaduna State has been financially strangulated. Almost everything has come to a standstill because of the recklessness of El-Rufai's administration from 2015 to 2023. I was not opposed to him for sentiment or politics only, but I am also opposed to him on the fact that that government mismanaged our state. Most of the people that were invited as contractors are not from our state. Most of the people who are within the cycle of corridor of power are not from our state. Most of the people who have get involved in all these things here are not from our state. I didn't say there are not people from our state, but they are made people. So this probe must be thorough. It's not simply about report. The government of Kaduna State must move ahead to recover our money that was looted. How can you leave us behind with foreign debt, with domestic debt, with abandoned projects, with contractors running away and leaving all their debt? Go to the markets that were demolished. They were still abandoned. Go to the roads and see in Kavanchen, in Zaria, in Kaduna, see how it's done. Go to most of these projects that were commissioned with all sorts of hoopla and press everywhere. They have been abandoned. So who is going to finish them? Now it's telling on our own resources. We borrowed this, El-Rufai's government borrowed this money when the exchange rate was also about 400 naira to a dollar. Now is in the black market is 1,400 to a dollar. Where are you going to get the money? We are not an oil producing state. We don't have anything. So why, if you love this state, if you are interested in the progress of this state, if you want to leave a legacy, why don't you do it in such a way that is sustainable? So my position has been this in the last 8 years, and whoever is speaking out today is simply converting to what I have been preaching and what I have been pointing out over the years.
Now, the former governor's media camp has described the probe as a politically motivated hatchet's job, claiming that the ad hoc committee was not fair in their investigation as they already had predetermined conclusions. Is this claim worth considering? Is there any merit to this?
Well, for those who looted the treasury of Kaduna State and for those who mismanage our loans, they should be lucky that it is not Shehu Sani that is the governor of Kaduna State today. It is Sani. Because if it was me, they couldn't even have the guts and the arrogance of even issuing that kind of statement. You have looted our state, you have destroyed the economy and livelihood of so many people, you have destroyed lives, you have used religion to divide the people of our state. Now you have even the temerity to come out and even issue statement and said it will integrity. Which integrity is there for a government to obtain a loan without approval from State House Assembly? Which integrity was there for voices of reason and purpose to speak out against a loan, and then you went? Which integrity is there? You left behind abandoned projects everywhere in the state. Where is the integrity? It's not about political witch hunt. It's about our future. It's about our children. We have a debt to pay in the next 10, 20, 30 to 40 years. So if anybody from outside of Kaduna State can issue any statement, can say anything, but we have a burden here which we have to relieve. That statement, was it signed by someone from Kaduna State? I don't know. But any person who is from Kaduna State here knows very well that we are in trouble. And if we don't get these things over, if we don't recover the looted money, if contractors are not forced to come outside, we don't have anywhere to go. That's why I'm saying that all these things here, they are lucky. People like me could not make it to the governorship seat. They have someone here. But it's their party. It's the ruling party. So who is witch hunting who? If it is me, then they can say perhaps I've been witch hunting them because we have been in this battle for the last 8 years. But it's not about witch hunt. It's about accountability. It's about transparency. And I can line these things here. Kaduna State government from 2015 to 2023 has retrenched almost 70% of its civil service workforce. Where did the money go? Kaduna State government has auctioned public property worth about 3,000 to 4,000 and have sold it to people whom we don't know. Where did the money go? Kaduna State government from 2015 to 2023 have sold over 100% of public enterprises that were all established right from the First Republic, Second Republic, and the ones even that was owned by Sardona, the late Ahmadu Bello, Premier of Northern Nigeria. Where did the money go? Kaduna State government from 2015 to 2023 collected excess crude account. They collected money from Paris Reform. They collected money from ecological funds. All this money, they collect money from stamp duties. Where did all this money go? So you ask yourself, you left us behind with all this pile of money, all this pile of debt, all these resources that accrue to the state, and then we cannot say anything. Which witch hunt? If it's witch hunt, yes, we will witch hunt and then get our money back. But that's the situation. All those people who contributed in ruining the economy of Kaduna State here has to come and answer. And I must send this clear warning to the State House Assembly and to the government of Kaduna State. If they don't move to recover our money, we will start an open opposition against it. Because as far as I'm concerned, I will not sit down and watch my state be wrecked and then some people sit down somewhere to issue statement. Look at what's happened in this state here. You can't pay salary, you can't execute capital project, everything has come to a standstill, and then you can issue statement. What's happening? They should be happy that it is not Shehu Sani that is governor of Kaduna State. Certainly if I'm the one here, many of them could have recovered this money. It's even 1 year. It's long overdue for them to start making reform. All that happened. Contractors have just abandoned site. We have been left with debt to pay. And then you are told that this is what happened, and you issue statement and witch hunting. Who is witch hunting? Is it the APC government that we left behind that is witch hunting you? I'm not, I don't see any which one in this, but it's about our money as well. And the report came with figures. So if you have anything, raise that you have not abandoned project, you have utilized this project on this, but you can't say you are not giving response to item by item event and just categorize it and put a blanket condemnation that is a witch hunt. There is no witch hunt here as far as I'm concerned.
How far do you think this probe will go? As we do know, with the ruling government of the day and the way that Nigeria works generally, sometimes these cases just disappear. Their distraction tactics thrown and something else happens and it never follows through. Do you feel like he will be prosecuted fully, especially knowing that he is part of the party that is ruling the country at this current moment?
Well, if such humongous amount of money, 422 billion naira, will be looted from a state, and then nobody is brought to book, then it's better they open the prison in Kaduna State and for everybody to go out. Because if you put into all the people who are convicted and are awaiting trial in Nigerian prison, especially in Kaduna State, if you put in total the amount of money for which many of them are accused of, it's not even up to 50 million naira. So if 423 billion, some people can misappropriate that money and then go scot-free, then we don't have a law. We don't have any law in this country. So as far as I'm concerned, this report should go to the relevant security agencies that will take action and invite persons that are concerned to go to return our money back to the ports of Kaduna State. From 2015 to 2023, people who have just turned our state into a hub to come to get contract and to make money. Most of our public properties were allocated to people who are not even from our state, whom we even don't know. Most of our properties were sold to people, public enterprise was sold to people whom we don't know. So as far as I'm concerned, if the report is left to dust, then history will not be kind to those who get themselves involved in that, of starting up this investigation. But if history and posterity will be kind to them, it's only on the basis of them forwarding a report to relevant security agencies for which our money can be retrieved so that our state can move forward. But we cannot stay and see some people build mansions, build estates, build shopping malls for themselves and their families and their children, and leaving behind a mountain of debts for our children to pay. But children are poor. See what happened in Kaduna State from 2015 to 2020.
Sani.
Houses were demolished, markets were demolished, people suffered. Yes.